Welcome to Personal Finance Deep Dives, where we help you make your money work for you. Okay, let's dive into this. Because when it comes to love, the one topic that can turn a romantic dinner into a silent, icy standoff is, you guessed it, money.
And there it is, the big, scary statistic that makes you want to just stuff all your cash under a mattress and pretend it doesn't exist. It's supposed to be the ultimate romance killer, right? Well, maybe not.
I promise you, it's not just possible, but getting this right can actually become one of the biggest sources of strength and teamwork in your entire relationship. You just need the right playbook, and that's what we're going to build today.
So, first things first, we have to understand what we're really fighting about. Because here's the secret. Money fights are almost never, ever about the money itself. Nope, they're about what money represents to each of us.
Now, this is a generalization for sure, but it reveals a really common psychological divide that drives so many arguments. For one partner, a financial problem feels like a personal failure. It's a direct hit to their self-esteem. But for the other, that same problem triggers a deep-seated need for security and stability. See the mismatch? You're not even having the same emotional conversation. That's often the real source of the conflict.
So really, money is just the lens that brings these way deeper relationship issues into sharp focus. The real questions hiding behind, why did you spend so much on that, are things like, are we on the same team? Can I actually trust you? And are we even going in the same direction with our lives?
And we have to talk about the really dark side of this for a second. Sometimes it's not just a disagreement, it's about control. Financial abuse is a very real, very serious issue where money becomes a weapon to create dependency and fear.
You need to pay close attention to these warning signs. If you ever hear things like, "It's my money," that is a massive red flag. If you're being kept from working or you don't have access to funds, that is not a financial disagreement. That is abuse, and it's a critical line to recognize and act on.
That brings us to our first takeaway. Understanding the deep emotional roots of money is the first step. You have to get this. Once you see the fears and feelings that are driving each other's behavior, you can stop fighting each other and start fighting the actual problem together. Okay, so now that we get the why, let's tackle the how. How in the world do you actually start this conversation without someone storming out of the room? Let's break it down. You know, the great news is you don't have to schedule some big, scary money summit. Life gives you these perfect, natural moments to bring it up. Planning your first big vacation together? That's a money talk. Deciding to move in? Definitely a money talk. Getting engaged? Oh yeah, that is a huge and totally necessary money talk. Just use these milestones as an easy, gentle entry point.
And when you do decide to talk, please follow this playbook. Step 1 is so important. No ambushes. Don't bring this up at 11 p.m. when you're both exhausted. Pick a calm, neutral time. Start by talking about your shared dreams, the life you want to build. Then, and this is the secret sauce, be the first to be vulnerable. Share your own money fears or a stupid mistake you made. It makes the whole thing feel safe. Your goal here isn't to fix them, it's just to understand where they're coming from. And finally, find something you both agree on. Like, hey, we'd both love to go to Italy one day, right? That gets the ball rolling on a positive note.
That brings us to our next takeaway. Productive money talks are planned, empathetic conversations about shared dreams, not surprise attacks about spending. Seriously, shifting the frame from attacking the past to building the future, that changes everything.
All right, so this leads us to the biggest logistical question that every single couple faces. What do we actually do with our bank accounts? Do we keep them separate? Do we go all in? Or is there something in between?
Well, there are basically 3 ways to do it. You can keep everything separate, which gives you autonomy, but it can feel like you're just financial roommates. Then there's the hybrid model, a joint account for bills, separate for everything else. It tries to get the best of both worlds, but it can accidentally keep that yours versus mine mentality alive. And then there's the all-in approach, maximum unity, but it requires total trust.
If this video is providing you value, please like, share, and subscribe to help our channel. Thank you so much. So what do I recommend? Go all in. Combine everything. Why? Because you are not a business partnership negotiating terms. You're a unified team pulling in the exact same direction. When you combine your money, you combine your goals, your efforts, and your future. It's that simple.
I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. It's not about my income and your income anymore, it's our income. It's not my car payment and your student loans, it's our finances. That single mindset shift is probably the most powerful wealth-building tool a couple has.
That brings us to our next takeaway. Combining finances shifts the mindset from yours and mine to ours, creating a unified team pulling in the same direction.
It forces you to communicate, it simplifies your goals, and it puts you both on the same side of the table for good.
So you've done it. You've combined your finances. You're officially a team. Now what? Well, every team needs a game plan. You need a budget. This is the thing that keeps you aligned, month after month, year after year.
This is such a common question, and it leads to a really common mistake. Does the nerd in the relationship just handle it all and present it to the free spirit to follow? No, absolutely not. That's a recipe for disaster. The budget has to be a joint effort, every single month. If only one person makes the budget, the other person will never truly buy into it. And why should they? Their vote wasn't counted. If one partner's budget has a line item for an expensive elk hunting trip, but no room for throw pillows, you're going to have a problem. Both of you need an equal say in where our money is going.
Now, if you're looking for a simple place to start, this is a fantastic framework, the 50-30-20 rule. Basically, 50% of your take-home pay goes to needs, housing, food, utilities. 30% goes to wants, dining out, hobbies, fun stuff. And a full 20% goes to savings and paying off debt. It's a great, simple starting point to build your shared plan from.
And remember, the budget isn't about punishment, it's about purpose. What are you two working toward together? Your budget is the tool that makes these big goals a reality. So get specific. Don't just say save money, say save $5,000 for Italy next summer. Having these shared dreams gives your monthly budget meeting a real exciting purpose.
That brings us to our next takeaway. A shared budget and common goals, reviewed regularly, are the playbook for your financial team's victory. This is not a one-and-done conversation. Think of the monthly budget meeting as your team huddle. It's where you check the score, adjust the plays, and make sure you're on track to win.
So let's do a quick recap of our 4 big takeaways. First, you have to understand the deep emotional roots of money to conquer it as a team. Second, make sure your money talks are planned conversations about your dreams, not surprise attacks about spending. Third, combine your finances to get that mindset shift from yours and mine to ours. And finally, use a shared budget as the playbook for your team's victory every single month. I'll leave you with this question, because if you handle it right, your money can go from being your biggest point of conflict to the ultimate tool that bonds you together, powering you toward a rich life that neither of you could have ever achieved alone. That's all for now, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe for more like this.